Hi friends, this is Michael Canadas with the Carmel Doll Shop Boutique and the Grovian Doll Museum. It is Friday and we have some temptations for you. One of the things that you probably wouldn't see if you came to the museum is that David and I have a passion for true Americana, and when I mean that, I mean American dolls, and one of our favorites might surprise you is the dolls by the yard. That is one of our favorite things to collect, and I think it's because of the charm and actually the beautiful colors. As we think of new products for you and fun projects, we thought, why not reproduce some of the things that we really love? So one of the things we've reproduced is what I consider one of the most beautiful dolls by the yard, which is Mary Marie. And this was created by Art Fabric Mills in about 1900 to 1910. And you can see this was considered a life-size doll. It has one of the most beautiful faces, beautiful blue eyes, classic, beautiful child of the time frame. These pieces originally cost pennies per yard. So you would buy it by the yard, although this is not quite a yard. And they were pennies. So these were dolls that any family could afford, and they could play with them and get a lot of playability. They could dress them. I've seen many of these dressed beautiful with beautiful clothes, but the actual cost of the doll was very little. Now this doll also has a very, I won't get into it, but it has a very notorious reputation because one of the worst doll dealers of all time was a lady named Velvely Dickinson. And in the 1940s, she was selling these. She'd gotten some old stock. But that's another story. You can look her up online, Velvely Dickinson. But this is Mary Marie, and we thought for our debut doll, we would reproduce her, but we wanted to do it in something that was really, really fun. So let's look at our Mary Marie now, which she is now a wee little, I believe, 7 inches tall. So what is great when you do work like this, when you're taking something big and making it small, you have the color saturation. So she didn't lose anything in the design. Samantha, who's our web person, did a beautiful job getting her all cleaned up for reproduction. Then once we had the doll, we had to figure out what to do with the doll. So Nikki Burley, who's new to our, not maybe new to you all, but new to our lineup of talented people, she created this adorable wardrobe. And not only did she create the adorable wardrobe, she created directions on how to make and stuff Mary Marie. So this is a really cute project. They're beautifully made. I'll show you this one. Now what's nice is we're selling this as a group where you get the whole, everything here. You will receive the patterns for it. You will receive the doll and the instructions. But what's really great for sewers is any one of these costumes requires about a 10 by 10 square of fabric. So the plan is that you should really use your little beautiful little leftover pieces or your antique scraps. And Mary Marie is color fast, so you could dye her in tea, you could make her look older, you could do whatever you want. So it's a really beautiful project, and I think that once you start it, as Nikki says, it's addictive. So you'll want to create more and more and have the wardrobe get larger. We are going to develop other dolls to go with her so that she can have friends. But I did discover something today when I was setting up for you all coming. So in our millinery department, look at that. So you could take one of our pre-done hats and you could, they really work, if I can get my big fingers out of the way, they work great. So you could use those, and the sky's the limit of what you could do. So this is one of the things here's how we get them, and then we have to cut them and put a little sizing on them, and then you'll get those. But it is fun to see that many all together. The next thing, I kind of went out of order. You know, we don't really like to sell things out of season, but this was too cute to not include now. This is considered by many people who collect by the yard pieces the first American and the first printed cloth doll of this type ever produced. Now, I think it's probably true. You know, I wouldn't say 100%, but it is probably true. I think it was patented in 1886, so that's very early for this. So it's the Nast Father Christmas from the famous when Father Christmas kind of became Americanized. So here he is in this original state, which this is extremely rare. It's one of the rarest things in this building. Because of the cheapness of them, children played with them. Then there were communicable diseases that they felt that soft toys, plush fabrics would hold those diseases, so they would burn the toys. So there are very, very few of these existing. So we had it made in miniature, and I have to find it. Where did I put it? Oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So there it is. So we have Cheryl Williams' costume, and she's got her little Santa, and I think it really turned out really nice. They are fairly easy to sew. The thing that you have to take the time and get right is the stuffing, because you don't want them to be lumpy. We suggest that you use cotton stuffing. You can get that at your local craft store. We don't sell it because it would be bulky, and it wouldn't be cost effective for us to charge you $12 to ship you $5 worth of stuffing. But it's really, really cute. We did not make a mistake. It is the front on either side, and that's how the original one was, and here you go. But you noticed one thing I always love about this Santa is he's holding the American flag and all the toys and drums and chinoiserie little character and swords, and I think there's even a squirrel. So it's really, really cute. So we're offering this today. Again, even though it's out of season, I think it's just really cute. Now, the next thing is one of my favorite makers is Arnold Printworks. I love all of the imaginative things that they've done. We've actually been lucky enough to look in their archives, and there are many things that they had in the archives that Dave and I have never ever seen. But this is their version of Little Red Riding Hood. And this is just a cute, cute doll's doll. And again, in the world of printed cloth, this is an unusual piece. It's something that the original is not easily found. And it's quite a bit bigger. The original is about so. So this is a really cute little Arnold printwork piece. And the next thing, and these are, of course, are in our collection. Again, Arnold Printworks, and these are their Terrier type dogs. Some dogs are very recognizable because, like for instance, their pugs are very recognizable, but these are some kind of Terrier. It's hard to pinpoint exactly, but it comes with the mama and the baby. And again, these are in old pieces, these are very rare to find. So those, again, and they're fun. This one does require a bit of stuffing, to get it just right. And in the 19th century, early 20th century, these were also used as doorstops. So they put a rock in them, and then they would sew it up, and then it would be a doorstop. Now, one of the hardest things to find for dolls are cats, kitties. So, again, these are Arnold Printworks. And these are the mama cat and the kitten. And I think that they turned out just great. The color is perfect. You know, it's just like the original, but without all the spots and the foxing. And these are going to come as a mama and one kitten, or you could buy just the kitten. And the reason we decided that is because how cute is that? It's like a big cat with Mary Marie. So these, I think, are really, really sweet pieces. So we'll move on to the next thing, which I'm really excited about. So here are my models right here. So we're going to look at these girls. Last week we offered a printed soutache dress with soutache trim, and we went through our archives and we found original printed aprons with soutache designs. So Samantha again went in and cleaned them up and got very creative and made quite a few different color waves for us. So here's a very classic 19th century, a pale pink with a blue, a white with the red. Now, when these were originally made, they are sold, they came in subscriptions for magazines and newspapers, and these were to give to your daughter to make up. There's some rumors going around that these were made for Izana Walker, which is not true. Izana Walker dolls had them, but they came out of periodicals. So if this one we did, if you wanted to do a soutache design and use actual soutache, we've put the design there for you. It's very easy to, you don't have to deal with the transfer, it's all on it. You can put soutache over this or leave it just as it is, and that's a design. And then the classic black and white. And then, of course, the classic red and white. Originally, these would have been, could be simply cut out and used. They could be a fold over. There could be a lining. It's whatever you want to do. So these are a fun little project to work on, and you know, an inexpensive thing. And anyways, I think that this is what we've got to share with you today. We hope you find some projects, and there is, some of the pieces are limited at right now, but we will restock them, you know, as we test out things that people want. We try it and find out if they want them, and then if they want them, we'll order more. But anyways, doll friends, happy sewing. Bye-bye.